Hey everyone, it's meteorologist Terry Swails, and it is Friday afternoon, and at least at my house, not a very pleasant one. We've had all kinds of rain this morning, some gusty winds, and some very chilly temperatures for this time of year. Hard to believe that this beautiful scene was shot around here last night. This was taken by one of my chasing buddies, Lisa Smith. She lives up in Clinton County, and she captured this gorgeous sunset last night. And of course, that was heralding the lousy weather that's been pushing through here during the morning hours today. And as I mentioned in a post last night, this is turning into the year without a summer around the Midwest. Just one 90-degree temp here in the Quad Cities. A lot of other locations haven't even had that. And overall, it looks like it's going to remain a pretty cool day today. I'm going to take you here to some of the observations from around the Midwest at noon. And over eastern Iowa and western Illinois, where the clouds, showers, and thunderstorms have been so prevalent, the temperatures are only running in the low to mid 60s. Normal highs this time of year should be around 86. And you can see out to the west of us, you get into western Iowa there, the temperatures in black are starting to reach up into the 80s, and you get into southeast Nebraska, actually some low 90s. And there the dew points, the numbers in blue, have pushed up into the 70s. So there's some really sultry summer conditions out that way, but it's never going to make it in here this afternoon. The showers and thunderstorms, though, are beginning to diminish and push on to the southeast, and we will see a gradual drying trend here as we go through the afternoon. And here's some of the rainfall estimates of how much precip has come down. And out to the west of us here, over central Iowa and down into northeastern Missouri, look at the reds. That's where rains of 1 to 3 inches were pretty common last night. And then you get towards the Mississippi River and the amounts are tapering off. And you don't have to go very far northeast of the Quad Cities to find little, if any, in the way of rain. At my house, again, it's been raining most of the morning hours. I would say we probably had around 3/4 of an inch to a half an inch of rain from my region on to the west. So a nice little soaking out there, watered the grass and the gardens. And the general trend now the rest of this afternoon will be for the showers and storms to gradually weaken and push on away. And you can see the thunderstorm complex there by way of the satellite imagery. There are the clouds that are showing up nicely. And we'll go in a little bit closer here. And this image is centered on Iowa. And you can see some of the sunshine that's out to the west. And that'll be breaking out in our skies here this afternoon and should eventually warm the temperatures up into the 70s. Right now it is windy and cool out there. In fact, those winds, you've been feeling those, some of the gusts up to 30 miles an hour. On the backside of this thunderstorm complex, there's what's known as a meso high, and that's a little area of bubble of high pressure that's built in behind the rains. And now that that's collapsing, we've got a tight pressure gradient, and that's what's kicking in those winds. But those will go down here as we go through the afternoon hours. The next thing we're going to focus on is this chunk of energy here, which drops into the Midwest during the day on Saturday and into Saturday night. And so tonight ahead of that, there's an outside chance that a few storms could pop once again, but it looks like the majority of those would be just east of the Quad Cities. There's going to be a pretty good cap over Iowa, but there could be some scattered around here later on tonight, particularly over northern Illinois, maybe up into parts of southern Wisconsin. That's an area to watch for some storms tonight, but no guarantees on that, as that cap's going to be pretty stout once we get to the afternoon and evening hours. But then tomorrow night, as this energy starts to move southward, it does appear that along a front which should run right across southern Iowa, additional showers and thunderstorms will form. And this is the surface map that's predicted off the GFS, and where you see the green there is where you've got some showers and storms popping up, and probably some locally heavy ones in spots. And tomorrow night looks to me like the axis for heavy rain would be along and south of Interstate 80 there through southern Iowa, maybe parts of northern or central Illinois, and down into northern Missouri. And with some training of storms there, there could be some locally heavy rains in that general region. Here's the GFS rainfall forecast, which goes out 96 hours. And you can see that corridor there from close to Des Moines to about the Quad Cities, and then it kind of arcs southeast towards Champaign in Illinois, where there's some pretty hefty rainfall amounts that exceed 1 inch. That could waver up or down just a little bit depending upon the exact track of our disturbance and the instability that generates on Saturday. But that's the region to watch for the action as we get towards Saturday afternoon and into Saturday night. And finally, that all moves on by, And after that, we get our northwest flow to develop in the atmosphere that's going to dominate the weather over the next 6 to 10 days, bringing in cool northwesterly winds, below normal temperatures, and lower humidities, a lot of what we've been seeing so far this summer. And once again here is our 16-day temperature anomaly. In other words, if you take the temperatures and average them out over the next 16 days, this is what you get. And you can see the eastern two-thirds of the country running way below normal, looking a lot like fall as opposed to the hottest time of the year here in the middle of July. So that is your weather briefing. That's where we stand here on this Friday afternoon. We'll be having some additional updates on the potential for more storms later today, or especially during the afternoon and evening hours Saturday, and then we get to that cool temperature regime that we are expecting next week. So we'll lay it all out for you as it gets going here. In the meantime, have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and thanks for visiting tswails.com. And as I always say, roll weather.